Welcome to another episode of Beauty, Business, and Mind podcast. This is your host, Celeste. As we are getting near the end, I feel like the holidays are right here, whether it's Hanukkah or Christmas or no holidays or any other holidays. It is that time where we're starting to see the sprinkling in of 2024, the new year, health resolutions, fitness resolutions, and business resolutions. I do not believe that January has to be the start of New Year, but it has been a time of rethinking and refocusing on what's happening for 2024. So in today's episode, I'm just going to be sharing with you what happened in 2023, the big changes that I did in my business, how that affected my life and business. Also, I'm going to be sharing just a little bit about 2024, what I'm going to be doing, what my plan is, which is probably opposite what you'll be hearing everywhere else. But as always, I love trying out new things and bringing the results back here to you. So thank you so much for tuning in. And with that, let's get started. So 2023 was a year of really, for me, it was ease. So this word was being what's easy, what can flow easily. Ease was the word for me in 2023. So it wasn't just about working like every other year, just work, do more. It was about being rested enough to do the work that I needed to. It was eliminating the need of having to be on the go constantly all the time in order to feel fulfilled, or I was being productive, right? Like maybe that happens to you if you're not doing something. You're like, am I being lazy? Am I worthy of taking time to slow down? And just truly finding the joy and love and happiness and true fulfillment as a human, as a person, and also as a business owner outside of work. So in today's episode, we're going to be diving really into what happened when I decided to look more into fulfillment in my life that was outside of work, things that I learned, and I just think it's really important that I share with you this in case that you're ready to go into 2024 to look for something different. What would happen if in your business you chose yourself first? So fulfillment outside of work. I am a recovering workaholic, okay? Like my whole worth has been tied to my work my whole life. So this was a really big change for me. So not constantly doing or creating was really hard on me because I felt really guilty at first. In the first 3 months of the year, first quarter of the year, felt like a little counterintuitive to slow down. But this is what happened. So I was able to grow my business in other forms. That when I was in ease, I was able to get, other publishings without even trying. It just opportunities kind of came into my inbox. And I really feel like it's all energetically, right? Whether you believe in God, universe, any of your belief systems, everything has energy, right? You can feel when somebody's sad. You can feel when somebody's happy. That's their energetic field that you can feel. The same thing happens with business in your life. When you're stressed out and you're asking for more, clearly you're not in a state where you can handle more. So it's really, really important to just really learn to see what is really in alignment with you. So I took time to really slow down. I stopped taking new clients for highlights. I really stopped doing more education and really just went deeper into what was working. So it wasn't really shiny or pretty. It wasn't what's actually working in my business was not posting more on Instagram. It was not posting more on Pinterest. It was actually the opposite. It was just really looking at what was actually working and what steps and what things that I actually took action on was growing my business, not just in likes and views or followers, because that's not important, but really in revenue and in ease in my life. So I want you to take this exercise, and if you have time, look back at your 2023 book and see what are the services that you're most getting booked out of. What are the services that are bringing the most joy out of your life, and what brings the most ease of income and also in life for you? There are certain services that are beautiful that I love to do, but take a bigger toll on me in regards to it's more expensive to do, regards business wise, it's more tolling on my body. So I really had to take a step back on that. And taking a step back really took opportunities to do new things. This year I was really able to really focus more on being able to do other things, such as giving back to my community. I'm giving back to my children's school in different forms and ways. Really focusing on my children, really focusing on my health and mental well-being, as I was in my personal life fighting on a legal battle, right? Which that has come to its end, and I've had to come to terms with what the resolution was for that. And I'm just sharing that with you because sometimes all we see is shiny reels, all we see is shiny posts. And you are not alone. There's so much more to life than that. So in 2023, I really took a step back, and this is what I was able to do. So I was able to double my income in my business without having to work more. I was able to find new ways of joy and fulfillment that were outside of work and outside of social media. There's so many things that I love to do that I never share on social. I don't share my family because they're not an entity. They're not part of my business. They're separate and they're sacred to me. So there was other things I was able to do, whether it was go on walks, journal, read more, meditate, take more time for self-care of myself, of my mental health and body and soul, and just do little things that really bring me joy that have zero monetary value, maybe to others, but brought so much joy and fulfillment in my life. It made me feel better about not posting every day, about not working on a client every day, and not being like everybody else with their business. If you don't know this yet, I own a mobile salon. So I literally converted a 1967 vintage mobile camper into my mobile salon. And it's legal. It's, licensed with the state of California. And it has been one of the most beautiful things in my life that, to be able to have something just sitting on your Pinterest board as a dream to make it a reality was really a lot of fun. But there are other things that I want to do with life, and there's other creativity and things that I want to explore. So those were my lessons for 2023 in business, is that I was able to not only solely explore just business-wise, like doing new things, going to new events and trying out new things and marketing tactics and all kinds of different type of things outside of social media, but within my community, but also to really explore myself as a human, where I'm evolving and switching to. And this is a part number 2 that I want to talk about in today's episode. For 2023 was really the evolution of allowing change to happen, not just to myself, but also to business. So I really welcome you to allow yourself to evolve. As we get older, there is this big concern that, as age creeps up and we get older, are people going to take us seriously? Are we still relevant in the beauty industry? And our experience will always make us relevant. We will be having an episode in the future talking a little bit more in depth about this subject. But today I just really wanted to say that you're allowed to change and evolve. If I didn't change and evolve, I would not have my mobile camper. I would not have my mobile salon. I would not have a separate business that has to do with bridal. I wouldn't be doing other aspects of my business. I would keep myself stuck in one way because that's what sells on Instagram, or that's what gets you followers, or that's what is approved by everybody else. But that is not what I'm here for. So I think it's so important. We go to school, right? They sell us on this idea. Come to the beauty industry. You will make as much money as you want. You will make and have as much time as you want. And somehow we get stuck in this cycle of working more and doing more and wanting more. And when we get the accolade, when I work for that brand, when I become an educator, when I get to work with that one box, when I get to be a celebrity stylist, when I get my own salon, when we put all this limiting beliefs that when something happens, then we'll be worthy of it. And in regards to evolving, the number 3 that really learned in 2023 for me was really tapping into your own worth outside of work. It's weird and may sound counterintuitive when you focus on your worth and who you are as a human beyond your work, how everything around you start to shift and change. So I welcome you to welcome the new seasons of life. That if you are no longer a size 6 like Celeste was years ago, you're not judging yourself, that you cannot show up online because you don't look like everybody else. If you don't do or look like everybody else on media or on social media, that you don't stop yourself from showing up, because your worth is so much more than that. There are people, there are clients that need your work and need your words and need your education that can only come from you. So don't limit yourself by, limiting beliefs. So with that, let's go into 2024. So what am I going to be doing in 2024? 2024 for me, it has already started. I've talked about this many times. My New Year's does not start in January. I just prefer it that way. I've always been very different. So my New Year's has already started for me. It's a new year. But really going into 2024 officially, it's more about going in depth. I am no longer trying to chase more followers or more likes or fitting into more brands or getting more accolades or more publishings. It's really about going into depth into what is working in my business. How can I be more organized? How can I be more strategic in things that I do and that I share? It's also about not just relying on social media. I've never had solely relied on social media. I don't believe in that. Although I use social, I love using other platforms outside of social media. So for 2024, it's going more in depth into look into my business, to what is working and where I can focus my attention. And I will be doing an experiment for the first 60 days of 2024. And I will be doing a little, like as I did with Pinterest. One day I decided I wanted to do Pinterest, and everything else happened and evolved from having to the pleasure and honor of working directly with the Pinterest TV team for my episodes with them, never expecting that, and leading into so many other beautiful things, like evolving into my bridal business. The next season of life for me is exploring something that I've always wanted to do, but felt I've been too late for. So I'm going to be doing that the first 60 days of 2024. I will not share what it is because I want to experiment without any pressure. And then I'll let you know what happened, what lessons I've learned from that here on the podcast. But that's the only new thing I'm going to be doing. It's just going more in depth into my content, into things that, and I don't believe it's really content because I'm not doing it. I'm not sharing it to be popular. I'm sharing it to really help somebody, helping one person at a time. And so in 2024, it's really about growing my business in a way that's sustainable, not just business-wise, but also in my life, that I can be a better mother, be a better wife, be a better sister, be a better human all around, and be able to give back in other ways that are so meaningful to me that have nothing to do with business, to find that joy and fulfillment that brings so much light into my life that has nothing to do with business. And although this is a business podcast, in 2023, I really learned the more that we focus with our own happiness and our own fulfillment outside of work, the more that trickles down into our lives. So with that, I want to leave you this Sunday afternoon. Go enjoy your night. Go enjoy your Monday. If you're listening to this while you're going on a walk or on your way driving to work, think about 2024. Instead of creating and doing more to your list, what are things that are no longer serving you or your business? What are things that you're doing? Maybe it's popular to post on Instagram, but it does nothing for your business. Maybe it's popular to post on TikTok and it does nothing for your business. Have you ever thought about what actual results are the actions of posting on social bringing to your business? It's more than just creating content. It's more than just being on video or sharing pictures. It's about utilizing the tool of social media to work for you and not having to do things because it's trending or popular. So really think about that. Really look at this 2023. You can go like on whatever social media platform that you love to use and post on, and you can see what the content has done well. You can look, even like I have in my forms, you can know where your leads are coming from, where your new clients are coming from, and really start focusing on what matters, because you matter. And the more time that you make for the magic to happen in your life, for that white space to enjoy a cup of coffee, for that space to go pick up your child, for that space to just be you and go on a hike when you feel like it, or do something, just to give yourself the space to be able to work on for 2024 what's actually already working for you. Do more of that. Remember, part of being in business and being sustainable in business, and it's really not about being shiny all the time. It's not about new things all the time, creating all the time. It's really about repetition. I want you to leave you with this thought, okay? And you can do this exercise anytime you feel burnt out or you don't want to post. What is somebody that you really look up to or that you love, right? Like there's probably somebody or a brand or a person or a motivational person. There's somebody that you look up to all the time. What would happen if they stop talking about what matters, or if they stop talking about their topics? There's probably 3 topics that they talk about constantly all the time for years. The reason why repetition is so important, and let's go into like the beauty industry in regards to Sephora and Ulta. They're always putting out ads for beauty and, hair and makeup and everything that's trending, is because there's always new people coming in. There's always new people that don't know about them or don't know about their new products or their clean products, right? They're always changing as everything evolves in the beauty industry, in fashion. It has to be constantly changing, but the message is the same. Those 2, Ulta and Sephora, are beauty brands. They sell beauty products. And that's what we need to think about. Us being in business, it's not all about the shiny. It's not all new and exciting. It's really important that you take a look into yourself and into your business. What can you go deeper on in 2024 that's already working? So 2024 may be a year to work smarter, not harder. And one of those simple things that you can do that I want to leave with you today is that do more of what is working, that is bringing new business, that is bringing new clients, that is bringing that constant revenue in your business. It may not be shiny, it may not be pretty, it may not be trending, but it's really important that we also be very conscious that when we are in business, it is to sustain ourselves and also to keep providing so we have here many years to come. We have a business still in place. I became self-employed at the age of 30. I'm about to hit 38 years old, which is insane to me, next year in a couple of months. So I think it's just even more of a bigger season and shift that you start seeing my content or all of the things that I share, all my ideas, my business is starting to really hit that big shift after 8 years from enrolling to beauty school and coming on this wild ride of entrepreneurship. I've learned that repetition and going deeper is really what brings in more fulfillment and more growth in our business. It's not always shiny, it's not always trending, but it has worked very well for me and for others that I mentor, and I hope this episode really helped and served you. So with that, go enjoy your holidays, go enjoy your week, and I will see you back here soon. Bye, love.